remember when I first saw this, I thought, oh, could be in for a bit of work, but then I looked a bit closer and thought, no, maybe not. Turns out I was wrong in the end. It was a lot of work. It was obviously in a fairly bad state. It was full of rubbish, a lot of junk. So I decided to go with that one, trailered it over to Steve's place, started stripping her out. Actually had old timber shelves in it, must have been some sort of tradesman's van. It's all scratched to pieces on the inside, hence the respray inside. I needed to do that to get the missus in. She wouldn't have got in it otherwise. All underneath was totally rust ridden. There wasn't many parts that moved. Had an old 1100 in it. Couldn't imagine how well that would have went. The old reduction hubs. Some big sections came out of the floor in the end. I'd marked out for some small pieces, but when we looked a lot closer it was a lot worse. So my advice to some people is, it looks like there's not a lot of rust. I'm telling you, there is. All the sills got replaced, inners and outers, all the way around. Big sections of front floor. When we actually got it on its side, we noticed there was a lot of dirt that had built up over the years. I don't know how many years it was building up for. And when you looked closely, it was like the cutting of a hill where you could see all the different sedimentation layers over hundreds of years, only this was only over a space of probably 30. So we got it on a rotisserie, rolled it up on its side, and I got to work with my trusty little wire wheel on a die grinder and ground off all the rust that was flaking off. We ended up replacing both centre sections, 6 new outriggers, various amount of tubes, and almost a whole heater hose length. So once everything was cut off, all the rotten bits that is, we used some rust converter, and I used a paintbrush and a squirter bottle. Got into all the crevices. It's pretty good stuff. You spray it on, leave it for a few minutes, and it goes black. There's the usual hole in the engine cover floor there, where everyone seemed to find the easy way to get to their engine bolts by cutting a hole in the floor. It was lucky enough for me that I found the actual piece that they'd cut out. They'd conveniently left it under the carpet. Thanks very much.